Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a what's new in skincare and makeup. Some are brand new products to the market, some are new to me, and I thought I'd give you my impressions and thoughts on everything because I've been testing these out so I can give you my thoughts. Some are kind of more slight first impression thoughts. I haven't been using them for like months and months, but a lot of them I was able to get a good read on pretty quickly. All right. Let's get started. Where am I going to start first? All right, this is not new. It's newer, but it's not like brand spanking new. Elmo is just, he is so fussy. He'll like move around here and just, thank you. Go laying in your bed now. All right, the Sunday Riley CEO Cleansing Oil. Now, this is newer, so it's recently released, but not within like the past few weeks, let's say. And this is part of the new CEO line from Sunday Riley, which is more vitamin C focused, so brightening and hydrating. But this one, I have to say, I was a little, it looks very small. It is 100 milliliters, so 3.4 ounces, but I still felt that was a little tiny. But this is absolutely beautiful. So it has more of like a medium weight texture. So if I had to compare it, it reminded me a lot of the Tatcha cleansing oil in texture, but it was very smooth like the Tatcha. Almost a little more lightweight than that. And just breaks down makeup beautifully and emulsifies beautifully, turns to like this gentle milk and just rinses away. I found that it got every last stitch of my makeup off. My only complaint is I wish they would make one a little bit larger. Maybe they do, but this is the one I have. And, but it does have white willow bark and lime pearl extracts, which kind of give the same effect as like beta hydroxy and alpha hydroxy benefits. So it's supposed to kind of like over time help brighten the complexion. It's rare that I find a cleanser that really brightens as much as like, let's say a serum or a moisturizer, but it's always good to like add to the already, effort that my whole skincare routine is doing. Might as well throw a brightening cleanser in there anyway. All right, where am I going to go next? All right, these Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealers. These are brand new. I don't know what to think about these. I have been using them almost every single day. I didn't use them today. And I keep going back to it because I am very, like, non-emotional about it. I don't know if I love it or hate it. And that's really odd for me. And let me explain to you why. So I had assumed that it's a full coverage concealer. It was going to kind of, it's in a tube wand here. This is the shade I've really been using. It's shade Ivory. I thought it was going to be more like the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which I do not like. I used it before a few times, and I was like, oh, I like this. And then it just stopped working for me, and now I don't like it at all. So I thought it was going to be like that, but it's not. It's not as creamy, and it doesn't have a lot of slip to it. It actually feels like a pot concealer, but in a tube. So it has some like drag to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you like put it on and it kind of pulls. It gives insane coverage. It really covers a ton. I don't find that it looks too dry. I didn't feel like it emphasized any type of dryness underneath my eyes. But the reason why I wasn't like jumping for joy is I felt that there was too much like drag to it. Like I felt that it wasn't spreading and blending the way I would have wanted it to. And maybe I've been applying it straight to my eye with the wand, which I'm assuming most people are probably going to, but if I had to guess, the Bobbi Brown team would probably say you should put it on your hand and warm it up and maybe apply it with your finger. I feel like that little extra, that I don't know if they're going to say that or that they would say that, but I feel like that would explain the kind of more, not as much slip to it. I'm on the fence about them. It's really up to you. Like if you're a Bobbi Brown lover and these have been on your radar and you need a full coverage concealer, maybe give it a try. I can't say that I love it, but I can't say that I really dislike it either. So sorry, kind of on the fence about that one. The Origins Ginseng SPF 40 Tinted Moisturizer. So this is a tinted moisturizer, a part of their ginseng collection or range that helps to kind of like energize and wake up the skin. Now this is supposed to be one of those self-adjusting tinted moisturizers that you put on your skin, and it's supposed to be good for like any skin type or any skin tone. I'm always like, really? Any skin tone? Like super fair to super dark and everything in between? I don't really know. All I know is I thought it worked for me. It comes out clear, or not clear, but it comes out kind of like beigey, like a beige white, you know, and you just, I don't know, just blends in to my skin. And it just looks like my skin. Now, it's not like a tinted moisturizer like, let's say, Laura Mercier or the Sisley or La Prairie that I've been talking about. It truly is like a moisturizer that just kind of gives your skin a little bit of radiance. I did see it had a little bit of color and just kind of even things out very slightly, but it's not going to give you any coverage. This is more, I feel like, of a skincare product than a makeup product, but I did put this this morning before I went to yoga, just to kind of, I wanted to see how it would look, you know. I've been using it underneath my makeup for the past few days, and I've been liking it that way, kind of as an SPF, but I wanted to use it alone, and I felt that it just gave my skin like a little wake up. My skin didn't look so dull, and so that's really what I find that it does. All right, a kind of bummer that I didn't like. Givenchy, this is not new, but this is their Noir Couture mascara. It's got these like 3 little medieval looking balls at the end here. These looks like a medieval torture device, I've said before when I see it. I really had high hopes for this mascara, and it just totally fell flat. You can't use it like straight on, because the balls are in different shapes, and I was trying to use the end maybe to give myself a little more drama or something, and it just made my lashes look like they had nothing on them. It was a great base for like the mascara that I put on top of it, but it really didn't do anything to my lashes on its own. So that was kind of a bummer. The Givenchy, this Le Rouge Perfecto, I would assume this is a lot like the Dior Perfecto, or those Dior lip glows or whatever they are, because it's just one color and it's like a lip balm and it's supposed to enhance your natural lip color. I can't stand that Dior one. I like the color. I like the texture. It feels nice on the lips, but the color is absolutely horrible on me. It makes me look like I have like a candy pink. And I've heard so many people be like, I love it, and it makes my lips look so natural. It looks like I've been sucking on a lollipop or candy or something. I was like, And I was afraid this was going to be that way, and it was. The color was just, it made my lips look like they were kind of candy-ish pink, and that they were stained with a lollipop or something. And I didn't like that. But the texture is really, really beautiful. So for that, I definitely want to keep using it. But the color, I have to use something over top of it that really mutes out that color. That's only a bummer. Then I also received this Givenchy, oh my gosh, I've been dying to try these Prisma Libre, the 4-in-1 Harmony loose powders, so they have all different colors. And, kind of like, and you kind of like, blend it all together here and kind of dust it over. This was beautiful. I have it in the shade 7, Rose. This was an absolutely beautiful powder. It gave like this very soft blurring effect. Because my skin's a little bit drier, I haven't been reaching for powders this summer, but I wanted to test this out and see if it would make my skin look very dry or too matte. It did not. It had this gorgeous, like I said, blurring property. It gave like a slight radiance to the skin, and it just helped to kind of, color correct in a way. It was a little peachy rose, which I kind of liked, and it just gave my skin like a little bit of like vibrance. Looked a little like vibrant and radiant. So really, I've heard wonderful things about that loose powder, and it lived up to the hype. Next is the Farmacy Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturizer. First of all, I have to say, I love that the little spatula that comes with it is magnetized. Because, I mean, I always throw these things out, to be honest. We really want to talk about the real truth. Because, I mean, who's got time to, like, oh, sorry, trying to maneuver myself and it just, like, made a mess. I mean, who's got time to, like, track that? Like, no sooner do I take it out of the packaging and I'm like, where does it go? So this one is magnetized, so this was like an instant win for me. But I'm a huge fan of Farmacy Beauty anyway. They tend to be on the more natural side, more natural kind of green beauty side. And this is like a water gel cream, but a little bit richer than that. I feel like it's a step up from a water gel cream with a little more texture and richness to it. The Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturizer. Now this is more, I read that this was supposed to be more for day, and it really helps to, it's got triple hyaluronic acid, their echinacea, green envy honey that they're known for, their echinacea ingredient, and honey. And it's supposed to be very rich and really help to hold moisture in the skin throughout the day. This, surprisingly, was a little too rich for me during the day. And even though my skin is kind of dry, I felt it was, some rich creams feel wonderful on my skin, but I prefer them in the evening because it just doesn't bother me as much in the evening, whereas the daytime, I like to soak right in and kind of leave my skin almost feeling like there's nothing there. I felt a little bit like my skin had a little bit of tackiness to it, which, like I said, I don't mind in the evening. So it says to use during the day, but I've been using it at night. And it's just, I find that it's just a really nice kind of hydrating moisturizer, but it really helps to calm my skin. And though I said I have a little bit of like a texture, it felt a little tacky. After about 10 or 15 minutes, that went away. And I woke up the next morning and I had like this little dry patch on my nose, and I woke up the next morning and it was gone. So really, but if you do have drier skin, I don't know how it would work in combination skin. I would say more for normal to dry skin would really benefit well from this. This one, however, I feel like all skin types could benefit from this. I was so blown away by the texture of this cream, and I thought to myself, this is in a category for almost all skin types. And it's the new Sisley Black Rose Skin Infusion Cream. I'm already a huge fan of the Black Rose line from Sisley. It's got the oil, which is stunning, the mask, which is amazing. Then you've got this, the Black Rose Skin Infusion Cream. This is a water cream, much like the one I just talked about from Farmacy Beauty. However, I felt like this was a little bit more lighter weight. This, it feels like it begins to, as soon as you begin to kind of rub it into the skin, it almost feels like it's breaking down and it turns almost to like a water. It feels like your skin just took like this big like sigh of relief. That is how hydrating and soothing and instantly nourishing it is. I put it on my skin and I was like, whoa, that is, it feels just like instant moisture onto the skin. I've been using this morning time, nighttime, basically anytime. And it instantly, I would say within less than a minute, I've been talking. I know it seems longer, but less than a minute. And it's already dry. Like there's just no tackiness or anything. And it just instantly soaks into the skin. So, and this has a lot of more anti-aging targeted benefits. But one of the biggest benefits is it's really meant to help plump the skin and help with radiance. And I mean, the Black Rose line I really feel like does plump the skin because it delivers so much moisture and hydration into the skin, especially the oil. Obviously the mask is kind of like a one-time boost, but I'm really glad they came out with this. And I feel like a lot of different skin types would be able to use that and enjoy it. Okay, the final one is the Nars Velvet Lip Matte things. What are these called? I have no idea. Let me see. The Power Matte Lip Pigments. I have such a love-hate relationship with Nars lip products. I don't find them to be my favorite. I like some of them, and then sometimes I really don't like them. I did not like the Velvet Lip Glides. I believe I reviewed those and talked about those, and I just was like, if a lot of people love them, please go with that crowd if you do, but I just could not get on board. They were too slippery, too icky feeling on my lips. So I was kind of curious as to what I would think about these. I'm on the fence. They're okay. You know, the pigmentation is insane. I mean, it's like instant full coverage, as you would assume. I mean, Nars is not shy on pigmentation. We know that. This is the color Get It On. I actually really liked this color. I thought it was beautiful. It dries down, not super dry, but it has some like, not slip like the product's moving, but like your lips will kind of slide on top of each other. There is kind of like a, it kind of coats the lips so that they kind of glide over each other. Do you know what I'm saying? And so they're obviously meant to be more of a matte formula. They're not going to be very glossy and very intense pigmentation. I always have a hard time finding nude colors with these kind of formulas because I feel like the nude colors look very dull or very brown or very like washed out. And that's what I feel with this. I like more of the bolder colors. This one's a pretty pink, but like I need a sheer pink. This one right here, this is pretty. This is Walk This Way. But on my lips and on my pale skin, it's going to look like a very strong rose rather than what I would want it to look like, which is just like a hint of color. So that's why I don't always gravitate towards these type of formulas, but I love them in, let's say, this shade, Don't Stop. This is more of like a bluish red. That is how I would wear a formula like this. I would go right for a really bold red. Let's see. I also liked, this one is Star Woman. Compared to the other one, it's actually a little bit darker. You've got, whatever that one was, Star Woman right there, which is a little bit deeper. And the other one I just talked about before that was Don't Stop. And let me see this. There is a bright orange, bright red orange. Yes. That's what I want. Yes. It's a pinkier red orange though. Not like Heat Wave. This is Light My Fire. So yes, you guys that love a red orange lip, this is the one, Light My Fire. Found it. But all in all, I mean, I think these are going to do well. I think a lot of people are going to purchase a ton. It goes very, very dark, which is kind of nice. There's really like a wide range of colors. Like for example, oh, there's a black. Which, you know, it's not for everybody, but I definitely painted black. Oops, I don't know if you can see. You can see right there. Sorry, like twisting here. But I mean, I think black lips can look really pretty on certain skin tones and with the right look and everything. So I'm always a fan. Do what makes you happy, you know? And like a color like this, we've got Wild Night. Really, really deep, beautiful, dark purple. And I mean, that's what I always love about Nars is they're going to release a lip launch. They're going to take it there. They're going to go from like, I mean, look at that range. We've got the nudes to the reds to the, like, you know, like a neutral rose to like a bright red orange. And then you've got black, dark purple. I mean, they're really going to take it there and kind of tick off all the categories, the colors that you could possibly want. Like I said, I definitely think these are going to be popular. They're not a lip that I would, you know, probably run out myself and keep repurchasing because, like I said, the formula is okay. I just, you know, it's not like wowing me. I know. Like I said, Nars lip products tend to be underwhelmed by them sometimes. But you know what, I don't feel that they're too, that's a mess. I don't find it to be too drying though. So I know a lot of you will probably ask, is it very drying? And is it very, first of all, it's very long wearing. I mean, this pigmentation, hello, like that's not coming off till tomorrow. But it's not exceptionally drying. I didn't feel, I wore one for a full day just to get comfort level and I thought that it was quite comfortable. I don't know why, I don't know why I didn't love it compared to maybe my other kind of liquid matte lipsticks that I have. It just, there's that kind of like, it has this slip to it where it dried down, but my lips would kind of slide around. And I didn't like that. So that's probably why. But I definitely, if you're a Nars lover and you love this type of formula, then you need to pick some up. Highly recommend picking some up. And that's all of what's new that I have. So we've got some skincare, got some makeup, and been able to test it all and give you kind of my first impressions, sometimes even longer than that. So hope you found this helpful. I'll link everything down below. I'll be here just wiping all this off. Oh, it is coming off. Kind of. In person, it's not really. So I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.